Hi, my name is Sherry Davis and I'm from Richmond, Virginia, and I'm so excited to introduce you to the world of Usborne Books and More. So at Usborne Books and More, we have two publishers. We have Usborne Publishing based out of the UK and Kane Miller Publishing based out of the United States. So we often say that Usborne is good for the head and Kane Miller is good for the heart. So together they just create this really wonderful, well-rounded product line. Usborne was named Children's Publisher of the Year in 2012 and 2014, and their goal is to help all children develop a love of reading, and for children that already have a love of reading to just kind of help them feed that love. So I want to show you a few of my favorite books that kind of typify what we're all about and what we have to offer. The first one I want to show you is the That's Not My series. This is our most popular series for babies and toddlers. Babies and toddlers love these books. They're extremely durable, they can be chewed on, drooled on, and they really stand up to it. So we have tons of titles. This one's That's Not My Elephant, and I have That's Not My Owl. So the great thing about these books is they introduce children to new words, and they also use word repetition. So this says, that's not my owl. Its tummy is too tufty. Has the texture that goes along with it. And the next page says, that's not my owl. Its tail is too rough. So the other great thing about this book is the background changes color on every page. So it can really help children maintain attention. Every page re-grabs their attention. And then the last page will say, that's my owl. Its babies are so fluffy. So also the images are all outlined in black, so these can be used from birth to the time that a child is about 3. The next one I want to show you is our Muddle and Match series. So this is Muddle and Match Imagine. We also have Muddle and Match Adventure, Jungle Animals, and Monsters, and you can also buy them together in a collection so you can save a little bit of money that way. So this book is great for children that are first starting to learn their letter sounds, so it uses alliteration. It says, Petulia, the pretty and pink princess, pops into the palace gardens to pick poppies with her pet puppy Pickles. So it has these flaps that you can move and change the story. So no two story will be the same, and your kid can create tons of different characters, and they'll have a lot of fun with this book and want to read it over and over again. So Usborne really excels at nonfiction. They're very well known for their nonfiction. They do an excellent job with it. So this is a part of our Beginners series, and this series, it's a second grade reading level, but you can read this series to preschoolers and kids all the way up to the 5th grade will find the material fascinating and interesting. So I have here Elephants and Dangerous Animals. So like the That's Not My series, the background changes color for the pages, and that can help children with learning disabilities to be able to focus on the letters and to be able to help them pay attention. The text is broken up into chunks, so it makes it feel much more manageable and easier to maneuver and less intimidating. Has great photography in it. This series is fantastic, and there's a ton of titles in this series. The next one I want to show you is one of our science activity books. This is 50 Science Things to Make and Do. There's 50 science experiments in it. Lots and lots of cool experiments in this book. There's Cooking in the Sun is one that I think is really, really interesting. Chiming Fork. So there's just lots of cool activities in this book to do. The next book I want to show you is another book that kind of combines learning with fun. It's called Where's Will? And this is kind of like Where's Waldo, but you're finding Will Shakespeare and you're finding him in all of his plays. So just a great mix of like fun activities plus learning about literature and history. So there's Will Shakespeare, and that's who you're looking for in all the plays. So it starts off telling you about the play and what it was all about. And then it has the play, and you're supposed to find Will Shakespeare in the play. I'll show you another page. Here's Julius Caesar. And then you're supposed to find Will in Julius Caesar. I love this book a lot. The next one I want to show you is 100 Things for Little Children to do on a trip. So it's these great little white clean cards, and it comes with a pen, a white clean pen, and they're front and back, tons of activities. And I've also heard of people who will take a bunch of these cards, punch a hole in them, and put a ring around it, and so then they can just pass one set to each of their children when they're going on a trip. So I think that's an awesome idea. You only need one. You don't need more than one for your whole family. The next one I want to show you, I feel like this book is a must-have in every home. I love this book. It's called Bears Don't Read. It's a super cute story. It's about a bear named George, and he's looking for more out of life than just being a bear. All of his bear friends and family are happy, but he's looking for more. And one day he finds a book under a tree, and he wants to learn how to read it. So he goes to the town to try to find out whose book it is and to try to have someone help him learn how to read this book. And everyone's afraid of him. No one wants to help him except for a little girl named Clementine. She comes and she says she wants to be the bear's friend, and she's learning to read herself, and so her and the bear can learn how to read together. So they become friends. She teaches him how to read, and in the end, he's able to read this book that he found. I love this story. It's just this adorable story of friendship and kind of accepting people that are different than you. The last one I want to show you is our Billy B. Brown and Hey Jack series. So these books are for children that are first starting to learn, wanting to learn how to read chapter books. So there's not too much text per page, which just makes them feel much more manageable. And there's illustrations also throughout. So it just, children tend to be very proud of themselves after they finish one of these books. They're only $4.99, so they're really reasonably priced, and you can also buy them in a set and save a little bit of money that way. There's also a series called the Billy B. Mysteries, which is for children a little older, about 7 to 9. So just a continuation of this really cute character. So that's all the books that I want to show you. I hope this kind of introduces you to what we're all about, what we have to offer. I'm so excited to share more books with you during the party, and also find out what your children are interested in, and hopefully be able to recommend some great books for them. I'm excited to meet you at the party.